Hey there, I'm Sarah A. Chrisman, the author of the Tales of Chetzemoka. This is Bastet. And we're starting a book club of books that we want to discuss with our friends, Diana and Artemis, and coming from the coop, our Calico Chicken friends. And we're just going to be occasionally, from time to time, discussing some books that we enjoy together. Now, to start us out, today's book is The Frozen Deep by Wilkie Collins. Now, if you're not already familiar with Wilkie Collins' works, I can't recommend him highly enough. He's fabulous. He was a friend of Charles Dickens, and in my humble opinion, I think he was the better writer of the two. Thank you, girls. Now, this book is particularly interesting, actually, because it started as a play. It was originally, and it was a collaboration between Dickens and Collins, because they were good friends. It started as Dickens' idea, only his idea, and then Collins wrote the play, and then they both performed it. Now, it was such a success that it was later recast with professional actors and performed for no less an audience than Queen Victoria herself. After that, Collins went on to rewrite it as a novella, and that's what we read this month. Okay, The Frozen Deep is the story of two men in love with the same woman, Miss Clara Burnham. And Clara had known one of the men, Richard Warder, since they were children together, but then she broke his heart by telling him that she only thought of him as a brother. Cringe, right? Now, Clara's true love is Frank Aldersley, and like Richard, Frank is a naval officer. Now, these two men wind up assigned to the same expedition to the far north, and Clara, who believes she has the second sight, has a terrible presentiment that in the wastelands of the frozen north, Richard is going to use his opportunity to take revenge on the man who stole his girl. Yes, there's a great passage where Collins is comparing the old tradition of the second sight with the newfangled superstition of spiritualism. When one of Clara's friends is telling a mutual acquaintance that Clara thinks she has second sight, the acquaintance says, "God bless me," cried the captain. "You don't mean to say she believes in such stuff as that? In these enlightened times, too." Mrs. Crayford looked at her partner with a satirical smile. "In these enlightened times, Captain Helding, we only believe in dancing tables and in messages sent from the other world by spirits who can't spell. By comparison with such superstitions as these, even the second sight has something in the shape of poetry to recommend it, surely." Of course, after Clara has a second sight vision of Richard killing Frank, the reader has to be asking themselves, okay, is this going to come true or is it not? Because if it comes true, that's Collins coming down on the side of the second sight is real and all the supernatural stuff is true. If that doesn't happen, then the reader is left with the idea that Collins is coming down on the side of rationality and logic. And so there's this great suspense through the whole book. Okay, girls, we're running out of time, so let's get back to the story. What did you all think of the book? We haven't heard from the chickens in a while, so let's hear from them first. Chickens, what did you think of The Frozen Deep? Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed our book review. If you did, be sure to tell your friends about it. Have a great day and happy reading.